So many times when I go on vacation, I want to stay. Vacation means vacating where you are. It means going away from your normal life and going towards something different. And I have been blessed to have many wonderful vacations, many of them associated with travel through the university here at Gannett and taking students to wonderful places like London and Dublin and Paris. And I've had great times doing that. I've also had great times studying abroad, studying in Oxford and also studying in San Juan, Argentina. To my friends in Argentina, bienvenidos. And I've always enjoyed going to those places. And I've always lamented having to come home. And I love home. And I love being in my normal everyday life. But vacation always feels very special. The vacation that the disciples go on, Peter, John, and James, today with Jesus, is not really a vacation, but it is someplace that is so profoundly moving to them, so inspiring to them. They want to hold on to that place. They want to build little tents, little shelters for Jesus and for Moses and for Elijah. They want the three of them to keep talking. I think they want to overhear the conversation. You've played that game. If I could sit down and have dinner with four people, who would those four people be? I think maybe Jesus and Elijah and Moses would be good. The last one would be Madonna, but we'll save that for another day. But here we are in this moment with them on the mountaintop. But they cannot remain there. They have to come down from that place. They have to return from their vacation. They have to come back to earth. This past weekend, we had an opportunity to observe some difficult choices and some difficult responses from our national cathedral. The dean of the cathedral had invited Max Lucado to speak. And Max Lucado has been outspoken on many issues. Always an interesting and inspiring spiritual writer, but sometimes challenging on social issues. And in 2004, he spoke against LGBTQ equality in marriage. And as a result of that statement from 16 years ago, a lot of Episcopalians and others in the LGBT plus community felt like they had been dissed, felt like they had been violated, felt like they had been negated by the choice that the cathedral made. And I don't believe that the cathedral did it in order to cause that feeling. It was a sin of omission rather than a sin of commission. And they were not sensitive to the members of their community and the wider community. The National Cathedral is more than just a church for its own congregation. Many of us look to them for leadership and for guidance and for inspiration. And if you've ever had a chance to visit, it's stunning. In response to that, they invited Gene Robinson, the first openly gay bishop in the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Communion, to offer and lead the service. And he offered his own responses to this. And essentially what he said was what our gospel tells us today. There is an ideal, perfect world in which love is unconditional and all people are accepted for all of the things that they are. There are no binaries. There are no compartments. There are no categories. There are just persons who have been created by a loving God. But that's not the mountaintop that we know. It was the mountaintop that Martin Luther King spoke of. I've been to the mountaintop. I've seen a new world, a new Jerusalem, a place where love is unconditional and God's love spills forth through all of us, to all of us. But we live and walk on the ground. I want to say, if you've been marginalized for your gender, for your abilities or different abilities, for your spiritual beliefs, because you speak with a dialect or accent, because of the color of your skin, because of who you love, because of how you earn your daily bread, because of how the world weighs on you, because of how others have left you out. We've been to the mountaintop, and we are part of the world, but not of the world. We are of God's realm, and God's realm is a realm of love, and it needs us to be the power of love and reconciliation in a world that has not known that love and reconciliation, has not seen that reconciliation and love, except in you and I. We are coming to the end of Epiphany. Remember, we are the light of the world. Shine.